One of them old schools,
song,
bro.
man, it hit you in the soul, bro.
Get you in
You know, you done saw some movie. Paid in Full had it on there. They just like, you and me. Boom, 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 boom. Like,
I can feel it.
those songs hit you in the soul, man.
It's just some of them
That's
out
how
there.
we trying to do that little more pocket, hit you right in the soul.
Bam! We can feel it.
Like,
it's coming in the air
subscribe,
tonight.
share, comment. CB Lifestyle and Apparel. Check us out.
Check out Mo's.
Real Talk with Mo.
Real Talk with Mo.
Check it out. Check it out. So, what we're gonna get into today, Lou?
I think we need to talk about minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
I think the issue I'm having right now.
I think we can put them all together because I know just now New York just got their first Amazon union. I think they all kind of go together, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I think the issue I'm having is like you're putting people in positions, or you're putting people have zero experience in the trade or whatever job they're getting into, and they're literally coming right underneath me, starting out, making something, a ridiculous amount of money. Back in the day, I used to start out. I know it's different than 20 years ago when I started this, but like $8 and $9 an hour. But minimum wage, when it gets too high. Right?
Yeah, I just think the conversation is real complicated. The reason why I say that is because I get, people always say, like, if I say no, I don't like one minimum wage to raise, I'm saying, like, I don't want somebody to make more money. I do want them to make money.
Of course, I want everybody to win.
Yeah, I want you to win. You know what I mean? That's up to you. And that's
but you
up to you
can't
at the end
keep
of the
me
day.
down here. But keep me up here and then get this guy right.
It's like you're always living here.
But then you really feel like you're living down here, around this area, somewhere there.
Anyways.
So,
no, my thing is too, is like there was always beginner. Like there's a beginner
pay,
right? There's a pay where you don't know anything about, especially a trade or any type of business.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know. You got to learn the ropes.
Yeah.
You get better over time.
Pay your dues.
Yeah. And it's like we don't want to do that no more.
Yeah.
We don't want people to come in and work for a little bit of money, learn, get the skills they need, and then they pay you more money. We want to come in and get paid like everybody else. And I don't know how that benefits
It's like a
anybody.
participation trophy.
It is. That's what it is.
I need people to get interested in doing this trade. So what I'll do is I'll make it. They're going to get paid a lot more money to start in, and then what it does is it hurts us. It hurts the veteran, the dude who's been doing this forever.
The person who actually is.
Because I'm looking at that guy, and we're not supposed to talk about our pay, but when this dude brings it up, I'm like, hey, wait a second, how much did you start at? And then I gotta make a phone call. Hey, bro, listen, bro.
This ain't working out.
Hey, bro. And then I gotta go. And then I gotta move on. Yeah. Because you're not paying. If all the prices go up, then you gotta move everybody's prices.
Because eventually, what you're gonna do is the professionals are gonna go take all the regular jobs.
Yeah, and then you're gonna
That's what's gonna happen.
You know what's been happening lately? If you think about it, any type of customer service I've been, especially on the phone, but even at Walmart, Home Depot, you name it, they're way less good at their job.
Well, they're outsourcing more now too.
Yeah, but they're not as good.
I'm getting like Indians.
Yeah,
and I'm not having I have no problem with that concept. I'm just saying that's you're upset why they don't do customer service in America.
Yeah.
Very rarely, if I call Amex sends me to an Indian.
Hello.
It's gotta be
what
Indian.
are you doing?
If I get what other customer service? Even the Bank of America sometimes be sounding like an.
I'm just saying, think about it. Like I'm pretty sure everybody goes through this. Like you go even through the drive-through, and you taking your order. You go, how can I help you? And you're like, I just want a cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger with the bacon. And she's like,
yeah.
Okay.
But these people you want to pay more money to. It's like you're not even good at what you do.
So I'm saying it's getting super frustrating. And you're paying an unexperienced person decent money, and they ain't going nowhere now. But now the skill level that added to that job is now gone because I'm leaving. The skill's leaving now. So now you're stuck with a bunch of people who don't know shit on top of shit.
But that's why I say the minimum wage thing is complicated.
I forget more than you ever know.
I want people to pay more, and I know people go back to you can't support a family and all this. Really, to be honest with you, you shouldn't start a family without two people. So that's automatically we can get into a whole.
No, you're right. You're right on that. I was thinking about that.
It doesn't cost.
You're right.
Cost of living, you can't do it with one person.
No.
It's not the 80s. It's not the 70s. Not the 70s. It's not the 60s or 50s.
It's not how even
you got one person go to work,
right?
Go one person go to work and pay all the bills type of thing. It doesn't work like that. You need two people, right? If that's just something. You need two incomes most of the time nowadays, unless one income is really big.
Especially right now, everything just
and
got
it's
shot up.
So when you go in, so it's not my fault that a lot of people are single income and they can't make enough money. So I'm gonna raise minimum wage to $50 an hour. Like it just doesn't make sense. And then we were talking about earlier was the cost of things will go up too.
Yeah.
Because there's no way if I'm running a business and I'm paying you 25 and all of a sudden I got to pay you 50.
Now the cost has to go up because they have to pay the
I got to pay
employees.
more. I got to make my profit that I was making before. Why am I in business? I'll just shut that business down.
Yeah.
I go work for somebody too and make $50 an hour and then.
But I was bringing up also is the fact that like through COVID, all that stuff, like would just be relevant just right now, 2022. Like the price of everything's gone up, right? But and so that's the price for service, that's the price for milk, that's the price for everything.
Yeah.
And when those prices started going up due to COVID and all this stuff being hard to get, and then the minimum wage stuff happens at the same time, I mean, like who's getting paid here?
Yeah.
Not the vet. The vet ain't getting paid. The management may be getting paid more. Is that maybe?
I don't know about that. A lot of people lost their shit.
That's what I'm saying.
They downsized.
You have to keep. How are you going to keep a good guy working? How are you going to keep him here? How are you going to keep the guys who know what they're doing? You got to take care of them. You have no choice. If you don't take care of them, you keep looking at it. When you think about business, and if you think about longevity in business, how are you going to keep your business open with a bunch of dodo brains? You don't know half the shit that the one guy could do 5 of those people's jobs. You want to keep the one guy. You keep paying for, you're going to get what you pay for every single time. But in their minds, it's business. It's business to them. It's just, I think it's a smarter business, a smarter business strategy than that. It's not smart.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what the job is.
It's hard out here. I'm not saying it's hard for me, but I can understand how hard it is for people.
Well, no, I get it, but you gotta learn skills. You gotta have some type of skill. You gotta have some type of thing that you do well.
For sure.
And it's gotta be something that nobody wants to hire. If you were your own business, are you gonna hire yourself? Probably not.
No.
Half the time, if you ask these people, they gonna hire themselves because they know what they do when at work. They know what they do. They not doing.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of what they're not doing.
Yeah.
And then it's like I wouldn't hire myself because I know I'm gonna be taking long breaks, doing this, not making no money. How you gonna make money in the business? And that's why a lot of people jump into business for themselves and they're like, damn.
Well, that's what, we were just talking about the other day. Like a bunch of people just quit. Like what was it? Like in the beginning of the year to now, how many people have actually just quit their jobs?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think that is? What we just brought up is why. And they have better opportunities. Why would you want to work a hard job when you can go make the same amount of money flipping burgers?
Yeah,
I can go flip these burgers. It's way easier.
You're just gonna lose positions of. But then what's gonna happen is, my thinking is, the people who are skilled and professional are good employees.
Yeah.
For the most part. 'Cause that's why they keep a job and that's why they can. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go take those lower jobs, make the same money, and then you ain't gonna have no. Then the lower jobs, the people that the starters were supposed to make, are not gonna have any job. That's what's gonna happen. Because for me, it's like, if you say you making $30 an hour and you're a professional service, whatever you do,
service rep, whatever it is,
professional, whatever, and then they playing the guy at Target $30 to do regular Target cashier, whatever.
We talking
Why
business.
would you go and do all the professional stuff to make 30 when I could do that at Target?
I can go be a cashier.
Some stuff that I can do I would do regular. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to go take that job. And then that professional job is not going to have nobody there.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up going through people too. It's
just good for everything. Well, if the cycle goes that far and it goes that deep into the well, then eventually, 5 years from right now, 10 years from right now, you're going to get half of the quality of service that you would have gotten.
Yeah. It's just going to bring everything
5 years
down.
or 10 years before.
So you can't keep...
You gotta keep the quality. I just seen somebody
said they said minimum wage should be $27 an hour. That's the cost of living. So I'm like,
it's crazy.
That's gonna be crazy, bro. That means either this is two things gonna happen. These are two things I can see happening. If it goes to $27, the cost of stuff is going to double.
Yeah.
Right. Service calls, any type of like service that somebody offers is gonna go up. It's gonna double. Mm-hmm. Or, like I said, what's gonna happen? The other thing is, the people who are in that business is going to go down to like where the service is not up to par because those people are going to leave and go do an easier job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like nobody wants to work for more. Nobody wants to work harder for less money. I mean, you know what I mean? Work harder for the same amount of money. Right? If we're both making 30 and you flip burgers and I'm out in the trade doing in attics or in plumbing,
but you have to know. You have to know.
Right? And I have all these skills, all this I learned over 20 years, and I'm doing the same thing. I'd rather go flip the burgers.
Yeah, for sure. Why would I kill myself?
Right, and work for McDonald's. That's a huge company, and probably has all the benefits and all that. Why would I do that to myself? It doesn't make sense.
But the sad part is I can see that trajectory happen. I can see it happening. Now, if there's not somebody who stands up, or people who stand up to the company, which I do, and say, hey, look, bro, this is what's coming. This is what's happening. I'm trying to plan forward, plan ahead, and I'm also paying back. So a lot of these generation that, the new guys coming in or the new wave they're just a lost generation. They don't know what they want to do. They just looked for a job. They found one. They were like, oh, somebody was hiring. They get in. So I just try to break down the business and let them understand like how hard it was to pay dues to get to the point that I'm at, and they're gonna have to. And even then, they're still going to pay less dues than I did. I have to advance them within a matter of a span of a year and a half. There's no way you're going to learn what I've learned that in a year and a half. Like, you have to have some experience. The word experience means something. It means you've been doing this shit for hundreds of times. You know what I mean?
It's easier for you.
Yeah,
you see something and we see it. I see more.
But it's getting traded out by, I just need somebody to fill the van and go out. I just need to fill the truck and I just need to go out. It's just truck sitting in my thing.
Well, that's how people learn.
Yeah.
For the most part,
yeah, you got.
It's like they put you in the truck and you wasn't ready, and they like, here, go out and do it.
Figure it out.
You gotta figure it out. So I get.
I would call my boss and be like, yo, what's going on? He'd be like, I don't know.
But if you jumping in the same, 10 years after me, and you making the same amount of money I'm making, there's a problem.
I gotta go.
Yeah, there's a problem.
I gotta go jump into real estate.
That don't make sense.
We're gonna start L&M
that don't make
real
sense
estate.
to me, and that's where I think it's gonna go down. It's the same reason why I was saying about the Amazon union thing is because I'm not a union person. I don't really like it. But if we all make the same amount of money, and I'm better at what I do, it doesn't make sense to me.
No,
that's the only thing I don't really like about the union thing. I don't like just or people think tenure. Like I just put up something about being an OG is not because you've been in the game long or you've been around for long. It's what you do and how solid you are, right? It's the same thing with business, like at work. Like I don't care if you've been in the game for 10 years. If you still suck in 10 years and I'm better than you and I'm becoming better than you, right, in 6 years, then I should get paid more than you. It just is what it is.
Here's what I was thinking too.
And unions, you can't do that. Unions are
they're all going to be
trickle
making
down.
the same.
Yeah, trickle down, and they tell you this is what you're going to make at 4th year, 5th year, no matter how good you are, how great you are, how much harder you work than somebody else, how much more you bring in for the company.
There's so much
it don't
that goes
mean
into
nothing.
Here's what I was thinking too.
Because they want to equal everything out.
If you remember back in the day, so they had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Pippen would be the guy who he's passing the ball to or passing the ball to Michael
Pippen
to make
Robin.
this stuff. Right. So what would happen is they weren't paying Pippen a lot of money. They were paying. He was like the 105th, like when it came to pay. He wasn't even making close to any of the guys that he was in. Contract signing, that's what he dealt with. But Pippen needed the money. Once Pippen left, Bulls started losing. Started getting their ass whooped until they finally got Rodman, and Rodman was able to do it. Yeah, they did. They got Rodman.
But they ain't lose. With Pippen ain't lose. Pippen ain't never left.
Pippen, there was a break there for a minute. Pippen left for a little bit, and they started losing because he wasn't getting paid until he redid his contract.
When Jordan left?
No, when Pippen left.
He never left when Jordan was there.
No. He left for a while. He left for like 8-month period. He got surgery on his foot. So he left for like an 8-month period, and they started losing. Not 8 months. I think it was a couple months where he left.
What year was this?
They started losing. This is 1984, 1985.
When they were going for
their second. No, they're going for their 6th championship.
I don't think he ever left. Though. They didn't stop losing.
Anyway, I just watched The Last Dance, so yeah, that's definitely happened. So,
no,
but what I'm saying is
they won 2.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
He left. They lost 2 years, and then they did another 3-peat. Jordan left 2 years, then they did another 3-peat.
Right.
8 years.
Yeah, you're going too far ahead. I'm going in the middle, just before they got the 6.
That would be 4 and 5.
Right.
So they 3-peated.
So 5 after they won the 5.
Jordan
got hurt. Then Pippen wasn't getting paid enough, so he was just played like he got hurt.
And they still was winning.
No, they were losing. Jordan was he was breaking records, but Jordan was losing because Jordan was the only one playing.
But they won the championship that year.
Yeah, they did because Pippen came back.
Oh, okay, that's what you're putting. Okay,
Pippen came back because they redesigned his contract to make sure that he made the money. Yeah. Anyway, so Pippen's not even the biggest point. The biggest point. What do you pay Michael Jordan then? If you're thinking of that, I didn't even know how much. They didn't even bring up how much Jordan was making. They brought up how much Pippen.
I think his last contract was like 35.
But this is what I'm saying. So, what are you gonna do? Undercut Jordan, and just pay these other guys to come in to start doing their job, and you just keep underpaying Jordan. If you underpay Jordan, Jordan leaves. Bulls lose forever.
Yeah, this lucky Jordan was a loyal guy, and it wasn't the era we're in now.
Yeah, well, no, he was getting paid either way, right? But I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying, but they're lucky that now era. If somebody was,
if you don't pay Jordan,
but he's just a loyal guy. Yeah.
So pay your guys. Pay the people who are good at their job, because they're gonna be the ones that keep your company afloat, and they're probably most likely, like Jordan, loyal to a fault. and they're going to be around for a
As long
long
as the
time.
pay is right, I'm not going home broke.
I'd rather just stick with the company that I'm with and just bust my ass and make good money. And I'm getting we all take care of each other. It's like you're building like a
Oh, I agree. You got to pay the people that
tight
are
business.
good. But that's what I said. That's what my point about the union shit is. They don't. That's not even a factor.
It's not even a factor, no.
Because it's not even like I don't belong to. I mean, I don't work for your company. I work for the union, and the union gets the contract.
But I think that somebody stood up for the fact that companies couldn't. If you go back into how the union started, companies were saying, "I'm only going to hire you for $3 an hour," and they were like, "Okay,
Well,
I have no choice,"
wage.
because every other company that's talking to each other are all going, "We're only going to pay you $3 an hour. That's all I have to pay you." So they're getting good labor for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to pay you more money. They want to get you for the cheapest possible. But eventually somebody stood up and said and created that union. But that was the answer. I don't think that was what the answer he was looking for, but that was the answer he got, was the union.
I don't know that I don't remember
You gotta
the start of the
go into
union,
the
but I know
history.
like what it does now is horrible.
It's horrible, yeah.
It raises
It had a good idea.
wages. It does raise wages in the short term. In
Yeah.
the long term, it kills progression. It kills growth.
Yeah.
Because now it's like a certain thing. We're gonna renegotiate. Like they'll strike a whole business, right? The business won't work, and you can't go to work. If your union strikes, you can't go to work because they don't want to go to work.
Yeah.
Because they're telling you not to go to work because you're part of the union.
It was one of those things that were
That's
great,
like
that
crazy.
in their head was a good idea, but they didn't think it out because now.
Well, now the
you can
people
see
that run it
too.
get paid, like the Teamsters back in the
Yeah, I
days.
know, I got a
they
couple
got
boys
paid.
in the union now.
Yeah, like
Michael
Jimmy
Canales.
Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa was a union.
You met Michael
Teamster.
Canales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of unions. I don't think they're good for business. I don't think they're good for development, to be honest with you. But it is what it is.
Or advancement, or
Yeah. It's like Amazon's
I
getting-
believe in evolution when it comes to this type of stuff. I have to evolve to my next levels.
But it's
if there's
individual.
if my level is if I don't have another mountain to climb, I get stagnant, and I'm like, bro, I got no goals. I'm a goal-minded person.
And it's individual though. Like,
Yeah, true, yeah.
I'm not. I can't put my.
When somebody
mind
says,
on
dude,
the
we're
rest of the
all the
people.
same. We're all the
No,
same
we're
here.
not.
We're not the same.
We're not.
Michael Jordan is not the same.
Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
and then there's whoever's after that. But like, it's like we don't work the same. We don't operate the same way. So why am I getting paid the same as you?
We're all the
Why-
same. Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
It doesn't
like
work that way. It doesn't work that way. You have to
And the only way you get noticed
to
by
really
doing
look at
that
it.
is being
good.
being good, and people notice you.
You know what I did too? Like when I started out at certain companies, I wouldn't say anything. I would just do the work. I would do the work. I wouldn't want, like, I'm the only guy not calling the boss. I want to make sure I want to handle this situation without him knowing, without him ever knowing, because at least he knows the better. But eventually he'll know. So he's like, well, every time I freaking deal with Lou, like, I never really have to, like, we don't have to talk really. 'Cause I'd rather do it that way, because then eventually he realizes, because I'm handling all the situations without him telling me. He doesn't have to tell me what to do. I already know what to do. How to handle a crazy situation, or how to, like, that's just what that's how I was trained by him and my other bosses. Like, there's no reason to be a thorn in the boss's side, and I don't need to be up his ass either. This ain't no circle jerk.
You working?
I'm working.
This is a
What
contract.
you pay me for?
This is a contract.
You pay me, I work.
I signed my contract, and I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Anything
and I'm
extra,
gonna prove it.
Anything extra, we can talk
We can
about.
talk about-
And we can see where it goes. But I'm gonna do this, this, and this. And if you got your side of the bargain is you gonna do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And that's what every time you go to sign a contract to go work for somebody, you sign your name and you say I'm gonna work and blah blah blah. You give me social security, all that. That's what you do every time.
And only do it yearly.
And the only person that can control the pay is you.
Yeah.
If you go there and they tell you they're gonna pay you 20, then you gotta say yes or no
Yeah.
to that.
And if you say no to that,
You
then
can't say
that's
no
fine.
to it. You can't say yes to it and then be upset about it. You sign. You go.
Mhm.
There's millions of jobs. That's what I don't understand.
If you're
Millions
good
of
enough,
jobs.
your hard work will show and
Or
prove.
you go somewhere
that
else
it
and
is
you
what
tell
it is.
somebody else what you worth and see
Yeah.
if they'll pay you. But if you go to 100 people and they tell you worth 20, you might have to take the $20, bro. Like you really don't.
If let's say like in the network of
Or the
like
business
Florida,
you're in.
everybody's paying you 20, right? Or that's what their normal pay is. Well, I'm not. This is just how I am. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna find a way to make sure that they're gonna have to pay me more. Whether I have to do half management job and half plumbing and I have to work extra hours, I'm gonna find a way. But
Yeah.
that's just how my mentality.
That's something that you individually you got to do for yourself.
to do. Yeah,
You don't. That's why the minimum wage thing. I don't really care for it at all. But I think you have to have a starting wage that's good, that's enough to like weed out people too.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because like if we start paying people, you know what I mean? Like, and I get the cost of everything's going up, but that's a whole nother topic too, right? Why the cost of everything goes up all the time. Why we have inflation? Why the cost of milk in 1950 was 40 cents and today is $3. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother topic. What I'm saying is, you could, you know what I mean? Like, we still gotta have a starting, especially in the trade, I would say, where we gotta see if you can even do it. Can you handle it?
There's another thing too, though.
If you can't handle it, then why?
I'll get guys to train, and then I'll recognize the fact that anybody that they were with before me hasn't trained them a fucking bit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of this shit is on us because you're not trying to make the next guy better. Minimum wage, the average, the price, and all that. I mean,
you don't even get minimum wage in our trade.
But when I don't look at what they're making, I want to build somebody to be as good as me, or if not better than me. I'm trying to help the wave.
Well, they ain't gonna be better than me
later down the way. Well, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure they're not. But I would want them to at least be good. If they're coming from me,
even if I train you, you're not gonna be better than me.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen.
No. Right. We need to have a plumb off then, because I'm gonna whoop that ass, boy.
Not better.
You train me too good, bro.
Listen, bro.
You train me too good. I think I just like boop.
I just let him know, like, listen, I'm the truth.
But overall, like, I want to be able to train people because I'm training the future.
Yeah, I don't.
You train.
I don't get any. Listen, for me, I don't feel any type of way. I don't get any type of bad. If I train you, the best, I'm gonna train you the best of my ability.
Yeah,
it's not gonna hurt me.
But some people don't. Some people don't.
Not gonna hurt me.
My point is,
some people think it's gonna hurt them though. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
They think if I train you up, you're gonna take my job.
You're gonna take my job.
Which then that means you're not at the top of your game.
You ain't good then. You're not doing good then. You're never gonna get better than where you're at.
Ain't nobody gonna outwork me. I'm gonna work.
No, can't do it.
You stay till 10, I'm gonna stay to 11. You stay to 12, I might stay to 2.
Hey, George, you got lucky when you put us two together because we were trying to outwork each other.
Because I'm going to try to do it, bro.
We're going to go.
You know what I mean? So as of anything,
how much time did you put in?
I try to do.
Anything
I'm going to try to do it. So it's like, but those are far and few. Not everybody's in that arena. And that's why I'm saying the separation has to be there.
Yeah.
There's got to be a separation where, like, listen, this is the level. Like, these are the level.
This is
like,
the standard.
The real ones.
This is the
and then these are like the real ones.
Yeah,
like these guys here on another level. You can't get with them.
Yeah.
And money usually separates that.
Yeah.
Like they be like, we pay these guys this much because these guys.
Because there's a reason why.
They above the rim.
Just don't forget that hierarchy. Don't forget that.
So you got to start here. You got to start here, and you got to build your way up. You can't just jump in and be. Come on, bro. It don't make no sense. Like I said, it's either two ways that's gonna go with the minimum wage, and I think keep raising it. People think, raise, everything gonna go up. Mm-hmm. So it ain't making sense. You think they gonna pay the guy in the Exxon Mobil behind the register $30?
Yeah, no.
Something's gonna go up in that store. Either the stuff inside or something.
Something's going up.
Because I just don't see it.
Yeah.
You know,
it doesn't make business.
And I'm not
sense.
saying that that business. Well, I don't know what that job entails, but from what I'm seeing, just you behind the register and doing the register and $30 an hour. Come on, bro. I just don't see it, to be honest with you. But it is what it is.
Hey, look, and if you're not happy with what you're making now or previously making, or if maybe this conversation kind of sparks something in you, go renegotiate.
That's it.
Renegotiate.
Go get your worth. If you don't think you're worth that, go tell them how much you're worth. And if they don't want to take it, bro, there's plenty of people hiring.
Because no matter what we do, no matter how we talk about it, minimum wage is still way too high right now.
Yeah.
And we've both voted against it.
Yeah.
And it's still there. So
higher. They want higher. I just seen $27 some guy was at $18.
Oh my God, dude.
Like,
and you just want me to go and then a company wants me to go bust my ass when this dude's, man, get the fuck out of here.
He's sweeping floors? Nah, I ain't gonna do that, bro.
You ever feel like you're living up here
and then you
start living like right, and then like you living like down?